Turanoceratops. Turanoceratops, Turon horned face, is a genus of herbivorous ceratopsian dinosaur from the late Cretaceous Bisecti Formation of Uzbekistan. The fossils dated from the mid-late Turonian stage, roughly 90 million years ago. The skull bore a pair of long brow horns like those seen in the Ceratopsidae, although Turanoceratops appears to have been transitional between earlier ceratopsians and ceratopsids, and not a ceratopsid itself. Discovery and naming. From the 1920s onwards, Soviet scientists discovered fragmentary fossils near Charakhuduk in the district Novy Volod, leading them to the conclusion that some ceratopsid must have been present. In 1988, paleontologist Lev Alexandrovich Nesov based on these published the name Turanoceratops tartabolus, but did not provide a description so that for the time being it remained a nomen nudum. In 1989, Nesov, L.F. Kazanchkina and Gennady Olegovich Cherepanov validly named the type species Turanoceratops tartabolus. The generic name is a combination of Turan, an old Persian name for Turkestan, the general region of the Finds, and ceratops, horned face, a usual suffix in ceratopian names. The specific name means retarding in Latin, referring to the protracted research. The holotype, CCMJ number 251 12457, consists of a damaged left maxilla, the tooth-bearing upper jaw bone. Other fossils have been referred, but some of these later were proven to have belonged to other types of dinosaur. A brain case, for example, specimen 628 12457, was shown to be of a sauropod, while presumed frill material actually represented ankylus or armor plates. Authentic material includes postorbitals with brow horn cores, teeth, a predentary and limb elements. In 2004, Peter Dodson considered it a nomen dubium, but in 2009 Hans-Dieter Suess concluded that it was a valid taxon. Description: Turanoceratops was a relatively small animal. In 2010, Gregory S. Paul estimated its length at 2 meters, its weight at 175 kilograms. Suess in 2009 determined some typically basal traits, indicating a lower position in the evolutionary tree, and some more derived traits, showing a higher position. Basal traits are the variably developed secondary ridges on the tooth crowns and the possession of just 2 or 3 teeth per tooth position. Derived traits, relative to the more basal Zoonoceratops, are the increase of the number of teeth to 2 or 3 and the possession of 2 roots per teeth. More general derived traits are the exclusion of the frontal bone from the upper rim of the eye socket and the presence of incipient cavities in the skull roof. Classification: Turanoceratops belong to the Ceratopsia. The name is Greek for horned face, a group of herbivorous dinosaurs with parrot-like beaks which thrived in North America and Asia during the Cretaceous period, which ended 66 million years ago. All ceratopsians became extinct at the end of this period. A 2009 study led by Hans-Dieter Suess analyzed additional fossil material of Turanoceratops and concluded that, contrary to expectations, it represented a true, though transitional, member of the family Ceratopsidae. If correct, it would represent an Asian ceratopsid. At the time of publication this would have been unique, as all other ceratopsids known to that point were from North America. Some scientists, such as Andrew Farka, disagreed with Suess' findings. Farka and colleagues ran an independent phylogenetic analysis of the new Turanoceratops fossils and found that it was a close relative of Ceratopsidae, the immediate sister group, but was not a true member of that clade. Suess and Alexander Avryanov criticized that analysis, arguing that Farka and colleagues misinterpreted or miscoded some characteristics of the fossil in their analysis. However, Xu et al. 2010, conducted a phylogenetic analysis and concluded that Turanoceratops was more derived than Zoonoceratops and was outside of Ceratopsidae, because it lacks several important synapomorphies of this group. Paleobiology. Turanoceratops, like all ceratopsians, was a herbivore. During the Cretaceous, flowering plants were geographically limited on the landscape, and so it is likely that this dinosaur fed on the predominant plants of the era, ferns and conifers. It would have used its sharp ceratopsian beak to bite off the leaves or needles.